The sharp spear shot out swiftly, piercing the wild fish with precision. The fisherman dragged the fish to the edge of the pond, and it struggled furiously, trying to escape the spear's grip. However, the fisherman was experienced and knew how to handle wild fish. With agile movements, he pulled the fish ashore and placed it in a sack to hold his catch. This is the traditional technique of spearfishing. And for the next 8 minutes, Lieutenant Banana Chanel will be with us to record how the fisherman wielded his spear so skillfully. The first pond the fisherman encountered was an abandoned one, its water murky and overgrown with weeds. However, the fisherman was undaunted, knowing there were wild fish swimming within. With his spear in hand, he took careful aim, then cast quickly and accurately. A large fish lay on the bottom of the pond, full of despair, the spear firmly lodged in its body.
Wow.
The fisherman smiled with satisfaction as he slowly but surely pulled the fish ashore. It was a good start to the evening. He then placed the fish in his bag of fishing souvenirs.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo.
With unstoppable enthusiasm, the fisherman continued his journey along a small walled ditch, then moved to the next pond, also surrounded by a low wall. Without hesitation and delay, he aimed and threw the spear into the water. The shadow of the spear looked like a flash of lightning. Its loud sound filled the silent night as the murky and wavy water indicated that his spear had hit its target with pinpoint accuracy. And again, he succeeded. A second fish lay on the tip of the spear, firmly planted. Slowly but surely, the fisherman dragged the fish somewhere near the shore with a wide smile. 2 catches in a short time. What a promising day. On land, the fish tried to struggle but was powerless to give in to the situation. And again the fisherman released the fish from the spear that held it and placed it in a bag filled with the scent of memories.
Whoa. Yo. Fisherman the best. Yo.
In the darkness of the night, only the moonlight illuminated the fisherman's steps. He continued walking, exploring pond after pond, searching for his next prey. Suddenly, he saw the shadow of a fish hiding among the aquatic plants. With a swift and precise movement, the fisherman threw his spear, piercing the darkness and hitting its target. The sound of the spear rang out again, creating small splashes in the crystal-clear water. And a third fish was caught, adding to the collection of today's catch. The fisherman smiled again with satisfaction and joy. This night had been truly fruitful. And as before, he put the fish into the bag that was starting to fill the empty spaces.
Good. You. You next.
With a spear in his left hand and a flashlight in his right, the fisherman shone his flashlight into every corner of the pond, searching for his next prey. The light of the flashlight pierced the water, illuminating the dark bottom. Suddenly, he spotted a fish moving in the distance and took aim. The spear shot hard and fast, piercing the water with precision. The fisherman stepped back and pulled the fish back to the surface. After a brief struggle, it was successfully added to his collection. He continued on his way, searching for his next catch.
Wow. Good. Shot. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. You next.
The leaves swayed gently in the gentle breeze, dancing with the fisherman's steps as he continued to search for fish in every pond he encountered. Many fish hid in the pond filled with weeds. With great care and patience, the fisherman thrust his spear again with measured effort. His thrust was not too hard, but his voice was full of confidence. The fisherman again managed to catch a fish very well. A gentle breeze began to greet the fisherman's body, which was starting to sweat, wetting his body, which was starting to feel tired, as he released the fish from the spear that gripped it and then put it into the bag that was starting to fill. For tonight, 1 spear for 1 fish. Just a few steps around the same pond, a glimpse of a fish swimming on the bottom of the water was seen, its body camouflaged by the yellow color of the water. Without waiting long, the fisherman immediately approached it, and with the right position, the fisherman threw his spear. And boom! The sound broke the surface of the water, immediately became murky and wavy. At the bottom of the water, the fish struggled hard to free itself from the spear that was holding it. The fisherman swiftly raised his spear above the ground, and a fish was seen gripped by the tip of the spear. Once again, the fisherman managed to catch a fish even though his body was starting to tire. Because his pockets were full of fish and his body felt very tired, the fisherman decided to go home. However, on the way home, the fisherman was surprised by the figure of a large black object in the water that was blocked by weeds. The fisherman spontaneously, and with the remaining strength he had, the fisherman stabbed his spear into the object. Instantly, the spear vibrated violently. The water suddenly became murky and created large waves. The fisherman knew that what he had speared was a very large fish, and this is the video.
Sok, son. Ulah kalikan deh son dah, power. Wow! Good! Pareman, son, pareman.
And wow, a large whiskered fish was successfully lifted to the ground while struggling. Its strength was extraordinary, making the fisherman's spear vibrate violently, the sound breaking the silence of the night. The fisherman looked happy in the final seconds of his hunt. With a tired body, the fisherman released the fish from his spear by stepping on the big fish. Then he put it into the bag with force. "Tonight is truly a very lucky night," he said to himself. When he arrived at the fisherman's house, he was still curious about his latest catch, which surprised and made him happy. Slowly, the fisherman opened the bag containing his latest catch. Sure enough, the fish with the mustache was so big, he held it up in front of the camera, a sign that the fisherman was very happy. That's the adventure of fishermen tonight. We, Lieutenant Banana Chanel, please take our leave. Thank you for watching the video. May God bless you, and we will meet again another time.